Update 6.9 is coming, update 7, and yesterday Snut gave us some information as to what it will bring. So let's break down the news and speculate what else is on the way. It was only last month though that update 6 hit early access, and with the team pushing for 1.0 they're now giving us smaller updates, and we can expect these probably more often as well, hence the short time change between update 6 and update 7. And for those of you who don't know, update 7 will be arriving in November. Snut went on to talk about what they've got planned prior to 1.0, but let's skip ahead and cover just what they said would be coming in update 7 first. Ever since Satisfactory was released, Satisfactory fans have wanted new game modes, and Coffee Stain have hinted at having different game modes added throughout the process of its development. Though a lot of us want things like harder difficulties, random or node locations, creative mode and many more, the first confirmed game mode that will be arriving will be passive mode, which currently will just change creature aggression to be turned off rather than removing them from the game. Creative mode is also available, but you have to access it either through the Satisfactory calculator or mods such as Pack Utility for those of you who want to access that early. Another thing that's coming with update 7 is we're receiving some changes to overclocking, but the only information that we know about this at the moment is that power production buildings are going to have linear overclocking alongside linear power production, whereas it was acting a little differently currently. So though you had linear overclocking, the power production wasn't linear. This does mean though that nuclear power plants will now require less water, with it stated to use a total of 240 water or lower to run. This means that at 250% clock speed, a nuclear power plant will consume a maximum of 600 water per minute, providing of course the Mark II pipe's throughput isn't bugged. The bright side of this though is that with a 240 water input, we'll be able to nicely scale this with water extractors, which produce 120 water per minute at base speeds, meaning a fully overclocked nuclear power plant will require just 2 fully overclocked water extractors to run. Another addition comes with the awesome syncs. They will now be able to produce coupons by syncing DNA points from creatures, as well as the standard way of syncing items that we already have. This will make it easier for you to produce coupons in the early game and is a great way to encourage exploration. This will also help players currently in the late game who are trying to produce coupons but are doing so at a very slow rate. However, I would love to see these DNA points being put towards a separate type of coupon that can unlock items other than those that are currently available in the Awesome Shop. Perhaps DNA points could be used to unlock new production buildings, or will be intertwined with the story, but that's just me, I'm always wanting more. I'd also love the opportunity to farm and automate the production of DNA capsules, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But it does leave the question remaining whether doggos will drop alien organs after they meet their untimely demise. Other changes that are coming include conveyor poles, which now automatically change to wall mounts or ceiling mounts when you drag a conveyor to them. And I must admit, I am super excited to have ceiling mounts. However, I really hope that splitters and mergers will also snap to the ceiling rather than have to clip them onto those conveyors, because we'll find that no doubt they'll be out of line with the grid, something that will be a pet peeve for me personally in my factories. Other than that, they will of course be improving the performance of the game and squishing some of those bugs, plus a couple of other features if they have time. But what do you think they will be? Moving on from update 7, Snut went on to talk about Fixmas. It's confirmed, as it has been for the last 2 years prior, but most likely as they're working on update 7, they will not have time for adding any new additions like the fireworks and the firework factories that we received last year. And with the immediate future out of the way, what's planned for 1.0 or just prior? Well, first and foremost, they've updated the changes that they're hoping to bring to the map, and we will be seeing some renovations to the center of the world, covering the red jungle through the bamboo maze to the Titan forest. They're also going to continue working on the desert canyons and are removing Paradise Island, which, despite being on the border's edge, is one of my favorite spots in the world. Due to these world changes, there's also the new creature that was supposed to be stated for Update 6 release. That's going to be held back, and they've also mentioned that there will be story-related content for 1.0. Interesting, they also stated that the story won't be a major part of the game, so I guess we can expect it to be more about the lore of the game and why we're actually on this planet, rather than having a key pivotal role in us building and developing our factories. Other than that, Snut mentioned that they are still working on dedicated servers for Satisfactory, as well as optimizing the game and bug squishing as per usual, as they have with every other update. But for anything else, we will have to wait until next time. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of our amazing supporters, most notably our TotalXclipse patrons, Cerebral Tag, James Irwin, and Firefless, as well as our Lunas, The Calamity, Dixie Chris, Ben, and Star, as well as our Blood Moon of the Day, which today is Papa Snoozy. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.